Stop. Before you buy another car for Turo or even think about listing your current one, you need to watch this video because Turo in 2025 is not the same Turo as it was a few years ago. The rules have changed, the risks have gone up, and what I'm about to share with you might make you question, is this platform even worth it? Stay tuned. By the end of this video, you're going to know the 5 biggest reasons why hosts are struggling right now, hosts that want to quit right now. And trust me, number 3 and 4 could cost you thousands of dollars if you mess this up. So make sure you stay tuned for all of what I'm about to tell you. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and break into it. Now, there are some hidden risks that no one's talking about. They're not broadcasting like they're supposed to. When I say they, I'm talking about Turo. They're not explaining how this impacts hosts. And today we're going to talk about this. I'm going to go from the very top, what I've been going through recently over the past month and a half. Point number 1, we're talking about strict damage rules. Now, with this, Turo has tightened up on the screws of how you file a damage claim. Now, everybody knows that you have to take photos 24 hours before and 24 hours after a trip. But you got to also make sure your photos has the metadata. Now, what's that, Luke? Question marks, right? The thing is, metadata is on every single camera, phone, whatnot. The problem is with you using something like WhatsApp or email, it strips that information. So even though you may show that, hey, this is an actual photo, if that data is removed, it causes a delay. They want to make sure that this data is accurate. There's no questions, there's timestamps, there's GPS locations everywhere. Forget about screenshots. The screenshots don't count. Edit, rejected. Pictures are sent through WhatsApp are gone, right? Again, I already talked about that. Now, what does that mean to you? You have to be making sure that your photos, whether you're working with a team or whatnot, either they have access to the Turo website where they can upload for you, or you upload yourself. But you got to make sure that these photos are going through the system, whether it's before or after, because Turo's calling shots where they say, well, we don't have a before photo. Can you give us a before photo? You got to make sure that this stuff is taken care of so you're not in a situation. Point number 2, we're talking about harder mechanical issue evidence. What does that mean, Luke? Okay, your car break down. Oh, I got a busted tail light. Okay, I got to get a tail light replaced. Here's a picture, Turo, good to go. No. Had this happen to me where guests say my tires were bald, even though we took pictures of the tires and tires were not bald. They were saying that the horn didn't work. They were talking about the brakes didn't work, and we have photos of it. Turo said no, absolutely not. You're gonna have to take the car to a ASE shop, meaning that it has to be certified. Can't take it to your boy Roberto. You can't take it to your boy Oz. You can't take it to none of those guys, because now Turo is making sure that they have the paperwork to back up what you're saying. Now, when that car breaks down, you have to go through the steps. Now, depending on what your shop, my shop is now charging $50 per look, meaning that if you got another car that's got to go get looked at, you're gonna have to pay $50. Some may charge higher, so you have to think about now what's going to go down. Now, the reason with this is that a lot of people were doing kind of undercover stuff, showing older pictures or showing pictures where they act like the light is on or whatever it may be, and they're like, no, if a car continues to have mechanical issues, they're going to take it down permanently, and they want to make sure that they have some type of paper trail to show that, hey, this car went to a certified shop, everything's good to go and whatnot. If you try to show pictures of your documents of your video or your car or whatnot, they're not going to be able to help you out. So that's another thing that is going to cause you to lose days and have you lose revenue. So just make sure that you don't do that. Point number 3, insurance changes. Now, insurance tiers have changed. We already talked about that in this previous video. If you have not seen it, it's going to be here or at the end of this video here. But they are looking at other ways of how to do the deductibles. No more of the 60 plan anymore. That's gone away. So 75 plan has gone away. So you got to be up above from that. So that leaves you not making much money because they're taking it. The lowest one was 60, meaning that if you get an accident, it's going to be 2,500. And maybe they caught on to it where people are getting these hot cars, meaning that these cars that, you know, they are able to be driven, but they're not popular. but it's not a lot of money to buy these cars or whatnot. So if they get in an accident, they know that, hey, you're gonna have to pay them a total cost of that vehicle's value. At the end of the day, that car could have been driven for a year or 6 months. Whoever's the owner of it is getting paid 2 times. And that's another way of people looking at it. And maybe Turo say, we don't want to do this anymore, where we raise it up to a certain level and tell you as the owner, you're going to have to get involved or get off the platform. So bottom line is that with these higher deductibles, it's eating into your profits. Some people look at everything, every metric, everything that you have to look into when you're operating a business like this. And maybe they did not account for the protection plans or the insurance. So that's something that you need to watch out for. Leading into that is talking about fees increase and commission cuts. Now let's talk about it. In some cases, Turo is hitting you up with 40% of the cut, depending on your plan. As you go higher, that depends on, like, if you want to go for the 90 and they take more money, then you got to think about your maintenance. You got to think about your cleaning. You got to think about your insurance. And what does that mean to you as the host? Your margins are shrinking fast. That's shrinking so fast that it's not making any sense for you to stay on this platform. And why does many hosts ask, where's my money going in 2025? That's the question a lot of people want to know. Like, hey, the only thing I got in here is a piece of lint in my wallet. Like, where's my money at? I'm doing most of the work. And a lot of people don't want to get pimped out like that. So that's something that you want to think about right there if you're considering to do Turo. Point number 5. This is the one that's going to make you go, rising operating costs. With all the stuff that's been taking place in 2025, with inflation, with everything going up, with the new administration, with tariffs or whatnot, it's caused inflation with manufacturer companies, repair companies, etc. So now, with that in mind, inflation is up, right? Rising costs on insurance premiums. Expensive parts that would have cost you a fraction of prices now at a premium. And you like, wait a minute, what's going on? And the bottom line is on this is that I literally had a car that's in a shop that would have just cost me $500 to get fixed. Now it's costing me over $1,300 to be fixed. So I want you to be aware of these things right here. I need you to pay attention, because if you do not put this in your business plan to make this as a equation, this is why I said don't go buying a bunch of cars. You want to scale it correctly. You don't want it to be where you're going through a whole process and thinking, I got this car, it has a repair issue. Now you're breaking the bank. You don't want to be in that situation. So guys, I wanted to bring up the 5 biggest challenges that hosts are facing right now. And these were the ones that I brought to you. And honestly, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I haven't even cracked into it yet. Part 2, I'm going to show you how to protect yourself to avoid these pitfalls, stay fresh in the game, making your money, and staying alive on Turo, making yourself climb all the way up to the top. And yes, again, if you don't understand what I'm saying to you, I'm telling you, you can still make money on Turo. So I don't want you to be afraid to worry about doing this whole whatnot. And I have a book for you to look at too that explains what I'm doing here. It's called Starting Out on Turo. This book is an introductory guide to show you exactly how to get yourself onto the platform. And it still applies to today with everything that I mentioned before. Definitely want to look into this. This is a book that's going to get you going in the right direction. If you're curious about Turo, if you're trying to figure out what's all involved, well, you having to buy expensive courses or whatnot. Now, if you already have Turo and you're looking to scale to the next level, I do have a course that's going to actually get you there. Now, this is the advanced level. This course is 28 chapters. These chapters are going to break down what I do. It's going to be interaction videos. It's going to be templates. It's going to be scripts, and actually you get one-on-one with me where we can actually work out your game plan to get you in the right direction with your business. No more trying to struggle on the platform. No more trying to scratch your head, quitting and whatnot, because I don't believe in quitting. I'm going to tell you that from the get-go. So if you really want to make this happen, there's a link down below for both the book and the course, so don't miss out. Now I want you to do something, guys. I need you to get those likes up for me. I need you to go ahead and check out the book, go to the link and get the course. And I'm gonna tell you this is the time now to jump on it, because prices will be going up for both the book and the course. So many students are in it right now, it's ridiculous. So guys, tell me what you think. What are some other things that you've seen that you don't like with Turo right now with the new changes in 2025? Drop your comments down below. Again, my name is Mr. Luke from Brooks, and see you next time.